Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick. I don't know. Okay, so we head over to UFC news to start off light news, okay? And here's Gable Steveson, and he just basically says that he plans to become a UFC heavyweight champion in the future. So he's training MMA now. He ain't coming back to pro wrestling, which is what some people feared. So that ain't going to happen. Over to miscellaneous news. We have Shayna Basler dropping real-life advice on her Twitch. I've been a fan of her for a long time. Like, her mixed martial arts career spans a long, long time. And she was even on that Ultimate Fighter reality show. Yeah, I am definitely a big fan.
This is where the stream is a cult. We talk about something because we're a cult, a support group. But sometimes we have to leave what is comfortable for what is true. Right? That's a good thing I wrote in here. So, you know.
She's so proud of herself.
Sometimes things are uncomfortable, but it's pieces of your life coming together for a vision that's even too big for you to see. So I hate the phrase everything happens for a reason because I don't believe that. I don't think everything happens for a reason. Sometimes it just happens. But I do think
true
that we make the meaning in something. So when something is important to us, if we think we are born to do something, we make that reason. We give that reason to the thing. We think we have roots planted in something. That's us. We are the roots planted in the thing. That's not the thing planted in us. That's us planted in the thing. And when you know that, everything is fine because then you know you are the one in control and it's not happening to you, it's happening through you.
That's that martial arts.
Right? You can make, not everything happens for a reason, but you can make meaning out of everything. How you can't control what happens, but you can control what you do with yourself in accordance with what happens. So that's that.
Wise words there. So here's a picture of Rhino, who's been in WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW, TNA, ROH, AEW, NWA. I wonder if he's ever been in New Japan in Nuge. But look at that dude. What a stud. Sometimes with an I, sometimes with a Y. Why? Because he's that guy. Speaking of that guy, Velveteen Dream believes he deserves a second chance in WWE. He urges fans to rally for his WWE comeback using hashtag #WeWantTheDream. How about no? Right? And he dropped some little cryptic videos or whatever. Let's give some of these a look, or maybe one, maybe two videos. And I'm not going to read that article about it, but here's a minute-long Velveteen Dream. I forget his real name. But he's out at a park bench somewhere, and he wants us to start using that hashtag, folks, and get him back to the Federation.
Because wrestling is fake. It makes sense to me that people who...
because this motherfucker said, because wrestling's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Watch something fake, who love fake chaos, will continue to pour into it. But I just want you to know it's really, really affecting me. And since I have been affected, I only feel that it's right that I affect you back. It's called a cause and effect, you know?
Nah, we cool.
Because if Patrick Clark can't have pro wrestling,
Patrick Clark, that's it.
I don't think anybody should. You know, they're going so far as to compare me to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. They call me the most hated man in professional wrestling. And loop me in with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer. But don't push me. Because if you push hard enough, I'll kill pro wrestling for you. Velveteen Dream, that third eye, it wasn't just a gimmick. Patrick Clark has seen a lot. And I know a lot about people you love. People you're still watching on TV today. So the choice is yours, and you've already made it. I'm going to ruin pro wrestling for you. I'm going to make sure that I expose the business. And hopefully, none of us can have pro wrestling.
Well, fuck you too, then. Here's another video from him. This one isn't as long. He's good at talking, though.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Who is going around saying that Patrick Clark was difficult to work with?
EC3.
There's a lot of people I worked with. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch.
What are you going to show up with Lars Sullivan? Vince and Lars Sullivan, pal. I love the gimmick. He fucked it up. He ruined it for himself and the fans. And that's on him. And he's coping. He's like begging us to beg for him to come back. And no, bro. You ain't redeemed your shit. He went on Giga Chad Van Vliet and he's like, well, I was messaging this boy. And Van CVV's like, well, why? Well, why? He's like, well, I mean, you know, I'm just messaging him. Oh, shit, man. I don't know, man. It's all allegedly, and I'm good. I'm good on seeing Patrick Clark or Velveteen Dream or whatever in WWE or anywhere, really. I mean, I'm not saying don't ever let him work again or whatever, right? I guess he's not guilty of it. Well, didn't he go like crazy and try and beat someone up somewhere, like outside of a corner store or something? I don't know. This is all allegedly. This is a comedy show. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Eat your heart out, Mox. So here is this guy. What's his name? Super Deadly Big Dummy. Yeah. I forget this guy's name all the time. I Show Speed. But he's like, this is for the juggalos and juggalettes. And you know Moxley's going to steal this one. This is an old jackass bit.
Happy 4th of July, motherfuckers! This is Superhuman TV show. Today I'm gonna get hit with fireworks. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home. I hope you like it. Ooh.
Yeah, Superhuman, Super Dummy. Yeah. Oh, shit, I totally forgot.
Oop! Light that bitch up! Fuck this shit!
Yeah, that was funny 20 years ago when Steve-O did it. So Velveteen Dream, man, he wants back in the Fed, man. He starts posting this on his IG. If you love me, like you say you love me, the bosses pay attention to social media. It's simple. We want the dream and spam Triple H WWE. They will hear you. We can make enough noise to drown out the lies and the hate. A lot of you owe me an apology for dragging me through the mud, knowing 5 years later, here I stand still, free and without a single charge. But I get it. It's very hard for people to admit when they were wrong and malicious. Okay, well, you're not going to ask people to tweet out a hashtag for you and then at the same time, like, talk shit and blame them and be like an asshole to them. It's a tough sell, brother. So moving along here. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are officially the Young Bucks' partners at New Japan Resurgence against Bullet Club War Dogs. This may have gone down the other day, but either way, I digress. They're back in New Japan, and they also said that they're open to working in AEW. No shit.
昔々ドアを開けてはいけないと言われた。その中には闇がいた。血の匂いがした。奴らが帰ってきた。過去から来て忘れ去られた名前を持って、彼らは門を叩いている。でも入れてはいけない。光を見せてあげて。
Give them call, for they know not what they do. New Japan Pro Wrestling fans, you are not just witnessing history. What you're witnessing here today, my friends, It is not a re-debut. It is not an arrival shot. It is a resurrection. It is the resurgence of the Good Brothers. And May 9th is day one at Resurgence. You are witnessing a total takeover.
Okay. I'm here for it, Eric. Brock Lesnar's son, Duke Lesnar, drafted to the Medicine Hat Tigers in the WHL. So the WHL is like a developmental minor league for the NHL, right? And Medicine Hat's in Alberta. So awesome. Good for him. Here's OG Bullet Club member. We were just talking about the good old brothers, right? Well, here's a good old brother, Gabe Kidd, OG Bullet Club members team with the Young Bucks at New Japan Resurgence. Here's Gabe Kidd's response to it.
It's going to be Bullet Club War Dogs versus Young Bucks and 2 Bullet Club OG members. Who do you think is going to be the Young Bucks partners?
Come on, man. It's not even a question. Mystery opponents. Come on, man. Everyone knows who it is.
Yeah.
It's stupid if you even have to say it. But I'll say this. I'm the coldest white boy in the game. Their time
Guan.
is done. All of them, Young Bucks, finished. I don't care what you're the EVPs of. You are nothing to me. You're a little fish. I'm a shark in this game. So it doesn't matter who those mystery opponents are. Yeah. I wonder who it could be. Well, it's not Tomatonga and Tangaloa, is it?
It's going to be
respect. I like Gabe Kidd, man. There's something about him. So here is Hollywood Haley J and my guy Zicky Dice. So Zicky, you guys are familiar. I've given the resume rundown. NWA, I think he was like a national champion or whatever belt he had for a bit there. TNA, AEW, he's done a couple jobs. He's Seth Rollins' buddy. He's lead singer of a band. And then he decided, yeah, I'm going to become a great wrestler or whatever. And he starts training with Seth Rollins. And Hollywood Haley J, of course, she famously from the Wrestlers Netflix series, and they're doing a pro wrestler based season of Power Slap. I guess Dana White got this. He fucking hates pro wrestling until he goes, oh, these guys will slap the shit out of each other for money. So go figure. I'm going to watch it. So Power Slap, I had watched the first season. Okay, of the reality show. I'm a big The Ultimate Fighter fan. You know, I watch every season, 30 some deep. The show's complete trash now, but I just fucking watch it anyways. And so I watched the first season of Power Slap. Then I watched the first big event after that season. And I was like, this isn't for me, but you know, you have to give things chances, like food, lots of experiences in life. You know, it's like, okay, you try it once, you can know for sure it's not for you. I felt like it wasn't for me, but it's like, I'll give it another shot. So I tried to watch the second event Power Slap put on, and I was just like, okay, this is just cooked. This is stupid. So I don't know how many seasons of that show. I know it fucking failed and got kicked off of TBS or TNT or whatever, come on after AEW. And then it went to like Rumble exclusively or some shit. So I'll watch the pro wrestler season. Right. And I get why they did it, because these people can all tweet out, hey, and they all have these followings, right? And it's indie wrestlers. And then maybe this will incentivize. I said it. What's to stop Braun Strowman from going and doing Power Slap? It's not like he wouldn't do good at it. And that's the fucking problem. When you start getting like the Saudis involved and Dana White, he's just not going to let this thing go. This is his baby. We'll watch this clip. Here's them training with pool noodles, I guess, to slap the shit out of each other. And Hollywood Haley J, like Paige Van Zandt, who was in AEW, and she was a legit UFC fighter, MMA fighter. I mean, she's done. I don't think she's lost, and she started doing Power Slap. And it's like maybe Hollywood and Paige mix it up, and like maybe that's what Dana White's looking at. Hey, let's just make this a fucking freak show then, if that's what people want it to be. But yeah, here's just some footage of them training. Not to hate on any of the wrestlers doing this. I love you guys. You shouldn't do this, though. Okay? Like, taking the bumps is CTE. Running gives people CTE, is what they're discovering. Okay? It's an accumulative thing. We're all getting CT every day, right? Not literally, but they find it in runners and soccer players and all this shit now, right? It's a thing that accumulates over your life. And so doing this just adds extra to it. And I don't want to see any wrestlers for shoot knocking each other. I was like, imagine if we see Zicky Dice KO'd on the floor from a fucking slap from one of these guys. I don't want to see that. Anyways, sorry, I'm taking a long time to get to this clip, but it's just, I got to vent that,
All three. 1, 2.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. God forbid I got to look at fucking Hollywood or Zicky laying on the ground, knocked out from a slap. Fuck. Chris Hero, and speaking of slap, here's Eddie Kingston trying to get in a shoot fight with Chris Hero back in the day, and Chris Hero just sort of shrugging it off and being like, get this fucking kid off me, dude. This is pretty funny.
But first, let's get this piece of trash out of here. No, get out of this ring right now. I'm the champion of this company.
See, do you guys see this? We're breaking it down here. So, like, Eddie gets mad at whatever's going on. That stomp was like a real stomp. So Eddie shoots like a single pretty much. He's just grabbing what he can get. And then he's got a high single. Like, Eddie, sweep his other leg or something. Like, what the fuck? Even had his leg off the ground, and Hero able to just, like, sprawl on that shit off the rope. Not threatened by this at all. Not even trying to get underhooks or anything. That's a real shot with the microphone. Look, the microphone's bent. It's crooked. He cracked it on his fucking head. They start going at it.
There we go.
See, those are live headbutts. I'm surprised I never saw it. Like, if I did see this, I just did not remember it till I saw it recently on X, and I was like, oh shit, should bring that to the show. I haven't seen this. And I will give Eddie credit. He ate a couple of live rounds. He went in the corner there, and then he let Hero, like, he tried to work again. He stood there and let Hero chop him. Hero live backhanded him in the face. So then Eddie snapped again. Good shit, pal. Yeah. Here we go. So Jeff Cobb, he said, this is how I'm spending my retirement, making appearances on the red carpet for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 release party. Shaka, bruh. And so he showed up at Backlash. So he was born in Guam, moved to Hawaii, and then when he was like, I want to say 14 or some shit, I don't know. I'm not a historian on the guy. Just quickly read up on him over the last few days. And although I am actually very familiar with him, and in fact, like every 2K game, I fucking make sure to make him for the last like 4 years. You know, he's a guy that definitely, like when he came to AEW, I popped for it and shit. And then Moxley beat him off like a superplex roll up or whatever. It's like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, Jeff Cobb, he moved to Hawaii, so they'll just make that connection there. You know, he has Hawaiian ties, and yeah, they'll just figure it out from there, man. And I'm all good with it. I would have liked to see, and as big of a bloodline mark as I am, you guys know your boy Phil is a fucking bloodline mark, but I would love to have seen Jeff Cobb debut alongside Seth. I think would have been the best thing, you know, and just have Heyman smash him over everyone's heads. But hey, because like, where's Hikuleo, dude? You know, something's got to be up with that. I'm really starting to wonder. But yeah, dude, he was at the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Bam Margera was there. He's doing well as well, if you guys are into Jackass and stuff. And so It's good to see that. And they're lobbying to get Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2 remastered. And they fucking should, and they should make a new one. So WCW Nitro book here. In this excerpt from Beyond Nitro, former Spike TV executive Kevin Kay remembers the network's tumultuous partnership with WWE. Kevin Kay says it turned ugly. First of all, we never saw anything until it was delivered to the NOC, Network Operations Center, out of Hauppauge, Long Island. Anybody out by Hauppauge, Long Island? They basically did the show live, so we didn't know what the hell they were going to do. We had a standards and practices person sitting out in Long Island who would bleep stuff, but that was the extent of our creative involvement in WWE. Every once in a while, I would go up to see Vince in Connecticut just to be a good partner and basically have him tell me that I didn't know what I was doing. You don't know what you're doing, pal. Get the fuck out of my office. Yeah, man. Spike was like the commercial for it was like, here's an explosion, here's some titties, here's a punch, here's a gun shooting, here's more titties, here's a beer and titties, right? So I don't know, like nothing WWE was doing was, you know, they didn't have to worry about. It's all under control, pal. Just don't film anything on my plane. No. So Indy Hartwell is the new Hog Women's Champion, the HOG House of Glory Champion. I wonder if JD was allowed to call it. So Bea Priestley, the day of her availability, she shows up at New Japan Resurgence, and she beat Viva Van.
And it is a successful return to the ring and a successful return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And let's be honest, Beta, professional wrestling overall, the true king of sports here.
So that's sweet, you know, good for her. That's what you got to do. And she had a name before WWE, so you just got to jump back on the horse and just get to work. Good for her. And then we had the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks. They throw up the 2 sweet, and then the BC War Dogs walk away. And I quote tweeted this. And I was like, man, we've seen this 5 times already over the last, 20 years, I feel like. But for real, over the last decade, we've seen this same shit 7 times. The Young Bucks don't have a fucking creative bone in their body. This Bullet Club shit has ran its course.
Let's all come together. Check your hands.
あと2スイート完成2スイート
させてしまいました。さあ、現クラブはどうする？何しない裏リバースリバースです。
Japanese commentaries goated, even back in the Pride days. You know, Boss Rutan and Steve Rennell and Mauro Ranallo would do a great job, but some of those Japanese calls are just so iconic. Yeah, I don't know. They walk away, whatever. We've seen that. Someone's going to get jumped, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? I thought those guys weren't even Bullet Club anyways. The Elite, right? So here's Cedric Alexander at HOG Wrestling. He made his first appearance and had his first match. He took on Mike Santana, and I believe he put Mike Santana over. And he gives an emotional speech here. It's 30 seconds long. This is his first appearance post WWE.
I just want to say thank you, because without your support, there is no me. Without professional wrestling, I don't have a life. I'm dedicated to nothing more than being in this ring. It gave me everything. It gave me a family. It gave me my wife. It gave me my child. It gave me my dogs, my house, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Pro Wrestling. Thank you, House of Glory. I will be back.
Indeed he will. This will not be the last time we see Cedric Alexander in an HOG ring.
I just want to say thank you, because without your support.
I thought he was for sure just going to show up in AEW, but he needs to get some matches in. He knows when he goes there, it's not going to be that much fucking match time. So here's Jose the Assistant, okay? The most ingobernable thing done so far this year in wrestling. Independent wrestling, no fines, no suspensions, no stooges running to snitch to the office. Let's take a look.
Jose
here.
the Assassin.
Jose the Assassin, dude.
It was just enough on that double accent, and now that penalty box that's out there for the Omega ladder match later on tonight.
He's more jacked than fucking half the AEW roster.
Tonight.
No offense.
Hey, wait a minute. Mike Forte. I believe that's just Nona out at ringside. Jose the
That's someone's grandma for that's his Nona. Oh my god. Shout out Jose the Assassin, dude. Yo, he sent me this picture, like basically of that. And I was like, oh my god, that is ruthless. So here, speaking of ruthless and Tony Khan in AEW, you know he's gonna sign Ninja Mack. Here's the Super Ninja special. Watch this. This is some shit out of the Jackie Chan cartoon. Do y'all remember that cartoon where Jackie Chan, I think it was called Jackie Chan Adventures, and he had to like get all the medallions with his niece or whatever? This is some shit that would happen in that cartoon. If you guys have seen that cartoon, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Watch this.
Ninjas!
It's not a joke. Like Jack Cartwheel who? This is Ninja Mack backflip, dude. Did you guys see that shit? One more time. Like, this is insane. That's one of the most goddamn ridiculous things I've ever seen. I mean, Dave Meltzer is just probably going insane watching this. I love that. I've watched that clip maybe 7,000 times. In sad news, Sabu passed away. We will see him pop up throughout the rest of the show. Sabu, 1964 to 2025, RIP legend. And we will give Sabu a round of applause for being such a fucking legend. So Becca on God, B3CCA, she has a little message. Okay, let's take a listen.
Here's a little lesson for you guys, because apparently you guys don't know anything about anything, but this is singing. On Becca, on God. That's singing. This is rapping. On Becca, on God. Okay, that's rapping. On Becca, on God. That's screaming. So, end of lesson. Hope you guys learned something, because you guys clearly need to go back to fucking school.
Yeah. Did you guys just hear our fucking queen, what she had to say? Go back to school.
Stupid idiot.
Go back to school, you goddamn dummies.
Dummy. Yeah.
And don't ever disrespect Becca again. So, exclusive. Former WWE superstar Cora Jade, Elena Black, announced her first match since leaving the company. And let's take a look. Let's take a gander here where it's going to be at Atomic Legacy Wrestling, ALW. Okay. In Daytona Beach, Florida. She is going to have a match there. So shout her out. And yeah, again, just jumping right on the wagon. That's the way to do it. Speaking of on the wagon, on the tank, Shotzi Blackheart is coming to MLW, which is a great suit for great fit for her, you know. Yeah, a lot of people say TNA and shit, but MLW is a good spot for some of these folks as well. So, OMG, they're trying to kill pro wrestling in Indiana with these new rules. This is bullshit. So look at these rules, man. This is in Indiana. To all promoters, wrestlers, and referees, I did speak to a couple of people about the upcoming inclusion of pro wrestling being regulated by the Indiana Gaming Commission Athletic Department. Okay? So they're going to start regulating pro wrestling. Like, you'd have thought that wouldn't have even been on their radar, but there's money in it, man. It's a boom all around. I know some people are like, no, there's one company booming. No, it's all of pro wrestling's booming right now. While things could change, it does look like that is going to happen. They're working on regulation for the added sports, but here are some of the fees associated with MMA sanctioning. Boxing is similar. Not all would be included in wrestling and may be different rates. Yeah, it would. And also, I mean, they bring big WWE events there. Like, I'm pretty sure the Rumble and shit has been there, no? In Indiana. So it's just money. They're just looking to scrape some off the top. So I would recommend, licensed wrestler. While I don't agree that pro wrestling should be included, I just wanted to share the information so you can be ready. So some of this will affect wrestling, but an amateur MMA sanctioning body, 500, promoter 300, 10,000, surety bond required, pro MMA 50. So it just lays out all the prices. I don't know, like if they have to pay for referees and all this shit because it's sanctioned. So for pro wrestling, it might be like if there's blood, no blood. No pile drivers, who knows? No table spot. We don't fucking know, right? You have to pay for referees, things like that. If that's the case, then yeah, WWE is going to for surely avoid, they'll be fighting against this shit. But I don't think they're trying to kill pro wrestling. I just think they're looking at an opportunity to make some money. So the monster of all monsters, Adam Scherer, says, well, would you look at that unbelievable time announcing my new series, Everything on the Menu, at NBC Universal. It will be airing on USA Network fall of 2025. Oh, and let me tell you, Tiffany Haddish is an absolute gem. So there's Braun Strowman with Tiffany Haddish. And he's like, former WWE superstar, but he's on TV with his show. And I don't know what it is. Everything on the Menu. So it's some food. He's going to go to places and order everything on the menu. That's what the show is, I bet, if we looked it up. And then he's going to eat it all because he's a big, giant bodybuilder guy, right? Did I guess it? And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was miscellaneous news, I suppose.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.